Move overseas right at the top of our show. Tensions rise in Hong Kong as pro-democracy protesters shut down the Hong Kong airport. It happened at East Asia's third busiest airport. 200 flights were cancelled Sunday. Authorities say the airport will reopen tomorrow, but cancelled flights there have cost the airlines, businessmen and tourists valuable time and money. Just how long will the Chinese government tolerate protester disruptions in Hong Kong? Our chief international correspondent Gary Lane is following this story. So Gary, just how serious is this latest disruption in Hong Kong?
Extremely serious. It's getting to a dangerous point now because Beijing is losing patience with these pro-democracy demonstrators or protesters. George, as you know, and you've been to this airport, it's one of the busiest in the world, if not East Asia. About 74 million people go through that airport every year, about 1,100 flights between cargo and passenger airlines each day. And it contributes, believe it or not, about $15 billion to the Hong Kong GDP each year. And so it's a very important part of Hong Kong. They shut it down. And that costs perhaps eventually tens of millions of dollars.
So to that very point, why did the pro-democracy demonstrators take their protests to the airport, knowing just the facts you just laid out?
Well, because just what I laid out, they know that it is a very important part of Hong Kong. It's important to mainland China. They want to get attention. And what better way than to shut down the airport? But what's happening, George, is people are saying, well, we're not going to fly through Hong Kong now because we don't want our flights canceled or delayed. So they're seeking out Beijing, Tokyo, Seoul, other places in the region, other airports for traveling, especially business travelers. So that could cost a lot of money to the mainland as well, not just Hong Kong.
Gary, just how dangerous are these demonstrations now becoming for the protesters, but also for this island in the middle of Asia?
Well, dangerous because Beijing has labeled these demonstrators as terrorists. They also say, look, they're an existential threat to Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong government needs to be resolute in addressing violence and these protesters. It's been going on now, George, for over 2 months. It started June 9th, and Beijing's patience, like I said, wearing thin, so we'll see what happens here.
I'm curious, why do the pro-democracy protesters what do they want, and why isn't Beijing budging at this moment?
Well, number one, they want to see Carrie Lam, the chief executive of Hong Kong, resign. They want her gone. Also gone, they want this extradition law that says that they can take people from Hong Kong, send them back to the mainland of China for trial, extradition. And they don't want to see that happen. Also, they want an investigation of strong-arm police tactics against the demonstrators, George.
Okay, we will have to leave it there, Gary. We know that you and our Asia correspondent, Lucille Toulousan, are staying on top of this for us. Thank you.